Hello. If you've never seen me before, I'm CoinRingMaker from coinringmaker.com. This is like part 2, part 3 of my review of the Bamboo Lab A1 Mini. This is a 3D printer that's relatively inexpensive for all the things that it offers. If you've never seen one of these before, it's pretty sweet. And I got the one that comes with this combo, so I can do material printing. And while I was playing with this last night, I'm going to show you a couple things I printed off of this machine here. The first thing I printed is this test file, and it came out super cool. All the parts work. There was like a helicopter thing that goes on the top here, but my kid ran off with it. But like, it's got this really cool texture on the bottom of the print, and like this screw part fits in here freaking perfectly. On my earlier 3D printers, just accomplishing something like that was a pain in the neck. So this is really impressive for the first print. I didn't personally have to do any kind of calibration on this machine. It auto-calibrated itself. I selected the file and it printed this. So after that, I did this test print. This is just a little guitar pick. I wanted to see if I could pick a file and print it, and that came out pretty well. And from there, I was like, okay, let's do something I would actually print myself. So I printed one of these coin ring center finding tools that I make, and I ran out of filament. You can see right here, it ran out of filament, and it stopped the print. So it can sense when it's out of filament. Just went over here, turned off, and was like, change the filament, mister. So I canceled that print and was like, man, when I ordered this, I ordered filament separate, so I didn't have any PLA to put in here. So I dug through all my filaments, and I found this one is Pet G, and this one is Hips, and I did some experiments with that as well. This is the first multicolor, multi-material print I did, and I think it came out really, really cool. Quick promotional, just so y'all know, if you want to get one of these 3D printers, they are on sale right now. You can tap a little shopping cart down here, and I do get a little kickback if you order one. I think it's an awesome deal for the price. I'm super ecstatic to have a machine that can do so much more than I'm used to. And then the last test print I did was this little treasure box. This came in a couple pieces on like a card, and then you bust them out of the card and put them together. And this only failed because of me, because of the filament I used. This is supposed to be done with PLA, and this black Pet G is not very flexible. So this part was supposed to curve over the top of the chest, and it just snapped when I tried to do that. So that's no failure on the printer. That is material, and that was my mistake. But otherwise, for like multicolor, multi-material parts, these came out really good. Like, these have little notches in them for all the parts to fit together. And for the chest, I had no issues getting all these pieces together. Came out really, really cool. And this was printed at ludicrous mode. So 160 times normal speed. You can see some minor defects in a couple places, but everything fits together. You can tell what it's supposed to be. I'm sure if I printed this at a normal speed, it would look even nicer, but it looks pretty good as is. And here's all the poop and extra scrap purge towers from those prints, which are pretty cool. As far as removing prints from this bed, it's very different than any other printer I've ever used. Usually the print bed is like attached and screwed down, and you have to scrape it, which means you're like pushing against the printer and its components, which I never really liked very much. When a print is done on this printer, you can just grab this and take it off and kind of flex it, and the prints just come off super easy. It kind of blows my mind how well they stick when it's flat and how easy they are to remove. I have found that letting this cool down a little bit, like taking it off, especially for like thinner parts, like a guitar pick, you want this to cool down a little bit, because if the plastic's still hot while you try and remove it, it will kind of make the part that was flat kind of wavy. You see what I'm talking about there? But that's with like really thin parts. I should have waited a little bit to remove that one. For this guitar pick, I waited longer, and that looks much better. But that's just, little stuff. I really like that this just pops off and pops back on. You just line it up, that little notch back there, and you're done. It's really astounding. So, now that we're all caught up on my progress with this printer, my filament did come in today. So what I'm going to do is unload these two, and then we're going to add a few colors to this printer. We're just going to show you how to do that. First thing we're going to do is turn it on. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you're interested in getting one of these fine machines, tap the little shopping cart at the bottom of the screen. So we're going to go, and the touch screen on this is like really crazy. Like, I would think just this part right here is worth like $100, and the printer itself is like under 300 right now, something like that. If you just get the printer, it's $249, and if it's on sale, I think it's even cheaper than that. It's like price point for what you can do with this thing. Yeah, I got an ANET mini combo, bro. We're gonna unload. I would like to unload it. Okay, it won't let me unload it. Interesting. Yeah, dude, it's cool. So it's got this AMS thing over here, so I can print 4 different colors, different materials. This is Petchy, and this is Hips. And I actually made a ring out of them last night. I forgot to show this off. But this is my first multicolor, multi-material, wearable fashion accessory. And I think it came out super cool for like the first day having this printer. I was able to make something like this. It's pretty cool. I am a little baffled that I can't unload this filament. Like, how do I change it? Do I just push load? No, that's just gonna... I don't know, I'm gonna play with this for a second. I am new to the interface down here. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the machine. It's really impressive for the price point. And having the AMS add-on, like if you want multicolor, multi-material prints, I mean, like a palette, it's kind of like a palette, if you've ever seen one of those, but it's like integrated for this printer. It's a really nice combo set. So if you want to check them out, tap the little shopping cart down here. If you have any questions, let me know. We're just going to play with this for a little bit. It's great, man. Like, had it for one day, and I'm already having a blast with it. I also wanted to show you guys the difference between the quality of, like, the bamboo. So I printed this last night at ludicrous speed. And the main thing I want you to focus on is the PET G, right? So this black filament, it printed really, really well. On my Zortrax 3D printers, which were $2,000 brand new, this is what they did with PET G. Like, look at this. It is not very good. So to go from like this kind of print quality with kind of a funky material to like this without having to do any fine tuning was pretty cool. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Okay, so we did load on it. Now it will let us unload. We're going to get rid of it. Maybe. How do I unload my filament, Ben? No. There we go. Okay. Is one set up with Wi-Fi? Yeah, I set this up on Wi-Fi last night, which is really cool because this printer has like a camera right here, so I can monitor the print on my phone and on my computer. So I was printing this last night. I went to the gas station. I pulled my phone out and I could see it printing, and I changed it to ludicrous speed at the gas station, like miles away from my house while it was printing. I could change the speed of it. Like that was pretty cool. And like I can load a print up remotely. I'm really impressed with this. But yeah, what I was saying was I'm super used to printing with ABS. That's been my main material for like a decade. So moving to PLA is going to be interesting. No enclosure, which is nice. And it's not going to smell as bad, so that'll be good. But once we get these filaments changed out, we're going to open up the new PLA and check it out. What am I going to print with it? All kinds of cool stuff. Probably jewelry. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know. The limits are really endless. I'm super excited with what I'm going to be able to make with this. I'm going to try and refine these older tools that I've made and make them a little more flashy. Like, they're functional, but I want to make them a little better looking. And I think I can definitely do this with this printer. And I'm going to be able to make them so much faster too, which is nice. With my old printers, like if you look at this one, I'm like required to use a raft with every print, and that basically doubles the print time for these. So just not having to use a raft, I'm already done in half the time, and then this printer's twice as fast, so a quarter of the time to print this from what it used to take. And I can do batches. I'm stoked. So yeah, tools, jewelry, toys, it's endless. And multi-material too. I'm so stoked at how easy it was, like in the Bamboo software, to like find a profile for each one of these, like petchy and hips, select a color for it, tell the printer that's what's on the AMS system, and then when I sliced a file, it would change the printer settings as it sent it to the printer to adjust to the materials that I have in here. Like, I didn't have to do any weird numbers, no bed setting, no temperature setting. It was all, the presets already exist. I just had to tell it what was in it, and I don't know, it knows, right? So it removes a lot of user error, or possibility of user error, I think, compared to like other 3D printers. And when you're working with multiple materials, it's really nice not to have to worry about that. So, pretty cool. Okay, I think we may be unloaded for that one. Nice. And let's go down here to the hips. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're just kind of playing with this at the moment. We're going to add 4 different colors to it. So I guess while this is heating up and changing, unloading the filament that's in there, I'll go ahead and open up the new filament and show you guys what we got. We got a nice size box from Bamboo Labs here. good heavy size box. We're gonna cut that open. Didn't think I'd like the filament, but it's my go-to now, especially with the discounts. I'll have to find discounts. I guess I did get a discount with TikTok Shop. I think if you buy 4 or more, it's like 25% off, 15% off, something like that. But I got 5 different colors, so we're going to pull these out and see what we got. I really liked the sample filament that came with it. I used it super fast. It's gone now. So we got blue, marine blue, matte. We've got glow green. I'm excited about this one. Let's zoom in a little bit. And we got plain old ivory white. And this one is scarlet red. I think my wife's gonna like this color a lot. And the last one is onyx black sparkle. Should be pretty cool. So we've got 5 colors and 4 spool holders. One of these is going to have to go off to the side. We'll probably just set aside the blue one. Black, we got red, white, glow in the dark green. We may wait for glow in the dark green and just go with red, white, blue, and black. Okay, so we're gonna unload. Yeah. So sorry we're not printing anything cool here. We're just unloading and loading filament. But I'm at like 7%. So I'm going to hop off of here and attach all these to the system and let my phone charge a bit. And then come back and probably print something cool. If you guys haven't hit the follow button yet, go ahead and hit the follow button now. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me while I play with my new toy. If you have any questions before I head out, throw them in the chat. Ben, thanks for stopping by. It's been a minute, man. You're a good TikTok friend, dude. I'm glad we met each other. But yeah, y'all have a good day. We'll catch you next time. Peace.